Judge says Boasberg didn't know Arctic frost subpoenas hit lawmakers. Grassley calls that deeply troubling. Court officials suggests Biden's DOJ did not notify chief judge that Arctic frost subpoenas targeted members of Congress. This is why when you have, Barnes often talks about some judges would sign a leaf if it blew across their desk. I mean, if that's the rationale, like, oh, yeah, well, here, sign the subpoena, and we're not going to tell you what's in it, it's plausible deniability, just like what the Clinesmith did with the FISA court. A top federal court official defended Judge James Boasberg's gag orders that hid subpoenas related to FBI's Arctic frost investigation, saying this week that the judge in Washington would likely have been unaware that the subpoena's intended targets were members of Congress. Who authorized the subpoena then? The administrative office for the federal courts indicated that the chief judge in D.C. routinely blindly signed gag orders when the DOJ requested them. But then you don't have a court system. You have a DOJ ratification system, including during Arctic frost, the investigation that led to former special counsel Jack Smith bringing election charges against President Donald Trump. The administrative office's director, Robert Conrad Jr., provided the explanation on behalf of Boasberg to Senate Judiciary Committee Chuck Grassley in a letter first obtained by Fox News Digital. That explanation is not an explanation. It's an admission of the corruption. Why are they confessing? They're not confessing, they're bragging. Well, why is this guy confessing? He doesn't realize that this is a confession of corruption. The letter came in response to Grassley and Jim Jordan demanding an explanation from Boasberg about why he authorized the one-year gag orders, which barred phone companies from telling Republican Congress members that they were subpoenaed by Smith and Trump. Well, why? He didn't know that it included them. Just a bunch of. You don't really need to know what's going on in this. Just sign off. It's just, we're the DOJ. You trust us, we trust you, and this is how it works. That's called the corruption. A secret FISA judge. Who was the judge in the Clinesmith case? Oh my goodness, who was the judge in the Kevin? Who was the judge? It was Judge Boasberg. Mother, I knew that I wasn't going crazy. It was Judge Boasberg, ex-FBI lawyer, spared prison time for altering Trump-Russia probe email. The only person charged in the Justice Department's investigation into the origins of the probe, this is Russiagate, was spared prison time for altering an email used in support of 38, received the sentence of 12 months probation, 400 community service hours from U.S. District Court Judge James Boasberg. Mother effer, does the corruption never stop? So Judge Boasberg now, I don't even want to know what's in there. I don't want people investigating me when I sign off on something. So I'm going to slap you on the wrist, give you a little back massage, Kevin Clinesmith. We're back to the article now. The DOJ's requests for gag orders, also known as non-disclosure orders, typically do not attach to the related subpoenas. Rather, they identify the subject accounts only by a signifier, a number. As a result, non-disclosure orders applications would not reveal whether a particular phone number belonged to a member of Congress. Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Now the DOJ knows how they can use judges to further weaponize their surveillance of other members of government. Grassley reacted to the latest correspondence from the court by faulting Biden DOJ for seeking a gag order from Boasberg without notifying the judge that they pertain to members of Congress. Well, fault Boasberg for not asking who the hell he's authorizing surveillance of or non-disclosure agreements for. Holy crap. Grassley noted that the DOJ's public integrity section gave Smith's team the green light to subpoena lawmakers' phone records, but had also told the prosecutors to be wary of concerns lawmakers could raise about the Constitution's speech and debate clause, which gives Congress members added protections in prosecutorial matters. Smith went ahead with the congressional subpoenas anyway, and it appears he and his team didn't apprise the court of the member involvement, Grassley told Fox News. Smith's apparent lack of candor is deeply troubling. Geez, it almost sounds like Smith did what Clinesmith did. You can't make this stuff up, people. Kevin Clinesmith falsified evidence, submitted it to a FISA court judge who then signed off on it. Boasberg gives that guy a slap on the wrist. Smith is submitting documents to a judge for signature, not telling him what's in it, and the judge doesn't really want to know either. Don't ask, don't tell. The DOJ revised its policy in response to an Inspector General report in 2024 so that prosecutors were required to notify the court if they were seeking a gag orders against Congress members so the judges could take that into consideration. Oh, you need to update your policy to clarify that? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. The subpoenas and the gag orders that kept them concealed have drawn enormous criticism from the targeted lawmakers. No shit, Sherlock. Johnson said he remained unsatisfied with Boasberg after the letter from the administrative office. Judge Boasberg's refusal to answer questions from Congress about his approval of the unlawful gag orders is an affront to transparency and an obvious, hey, here's an idea. Impeach the mother effer. Yeah. About time? You don't think you have the grounds to do it right now? Judge Boasberg must immediately lift the seal that is apparently preventing him from addressing Congress questions and provide the public a full explanation. Public documents reveal that as chief judge to the D.C. federal court, Boasberg authorized numerous gag orders that blocked phone companies from telling about the dozen House and Senate lawmakers that Smith had subpoenaed for their data. Smith had sought a narrow set of their records, which included details about when calls and messages were placed and with whom the Congress members were communicating. It's just very, very narrow. Surveillance state. It's like East Berlin. Phone records did not include contents of the message. Oh, thank goodness. They only knew who they were talking to and when. They didn't actually get the details of the convos. That they got to go to the NSA to get. Smith has defended the subpoena, saying they were in line with department policy and entirely proper. Yeah, it's entirely in line with policy to not tell the judge who you're surveilling when you're surveilling members of government and members of the opposing party. That is corruption to its core. That is communism. By definition, or at least statism by definition, authoritarianism by definition. But don't worry, Trump is the real threat to democracy, people. Holy shit, that's wild.